Yo, this Revengeboyz here, bringing you another Wi-Fi battle. It's against someone called Lukeskywalker. And guess what, guys? This is not a showdown match. This is a black and white 2 match. Yes! Finally. Thanks to a friend of mine who kindly lent me his R4 for a week or two. And yeah, I decided to make a few videos on them, and yeah, I'll keep you guys updated in the black and white 2 Wi-Fi battles I'm having. So as you can see, this was a good match I had, and his team is pretty standard stuff. I know the Frozler straight away is going to be sashed, and it's going to have spikes and destiny bond, the suicide set I call it anyway. The champ, I'm not too worried. I have Honchkrow, I have Chandelure, I have Gligar for that. The thing I am afraid of is Shaman, as that is quicker than Heracross and it can air slash, and I hate Shaman that carry that move, as it always catches me off guard, but this time it won't catch me off guard. Also, I'm afraid of Raikou, as my special wall Blastoise is weak to that. Umbreon, I'm not too afraid of that. I'm just gonna try and trick it if possible, so its move usage is limited. Blastoise, I know I can take that out somehow with Chandelure or Honchkrow. And yeah, as you lot can see, I'm still using the new team just to see how it is. And obviously, because it's black and white 2, I decided that I should try the new team on the new game, if you know what I mean. So yeah, pretty much that's about it. And thanks again to Major Mori for making the cover. And I need to learn how to use paint.net well, and I'm hoping you guys out there can actually help me and comment on this video and help me in how to make better thumbnails for my videos, so that I don't have to just rely on Major Mori all the time to keep doing them for me, and I can do them myself, because Major Mori's done quite a few for me, and I'm very grateful for that. So I hope you guys like the intro, and let's get straight to the action. And he goes into his Frozlers, and I think I predict this, so I go into Chandelure straight away, and he withdraws into Umbreon. I go for the Shadow Ball, not wanting to over predict too early in the match, and he gets a special defense drop, which won't matter because I'm going to be switching out. So I go into Pokeproof, goes for the foul play, and it won't do jack. It's already still. That thing is super bulky. He withdraws it into his Blastoise, and I go for the Stealth Rock straight off the bat. Goes for Scald, and I think he gets the burn here, which is all dandy. I'll just Toxic it. Just a status that thing, as Blastoise can be a nuisance if they are alive. So yeah, I thought he wouldn't be brave enough to go for Rapid Spin as I had Chandelure, so I went into Heracross. He still went for the Rapid Spin, which is a good play on his part, and bad on mine, so I'm just going to go for the Mega Horn just to do a bit of damage. It does a lot, so straight away I know that that's his special wall. He goes for the Scald and gets a burn, but luckily for me and bad for him, I have a Guts Heracross and no Moxie one. So I am going to go for the Stone Edge, I think, predicting Frozlers, but he goes into my champ. Stone Edge still does a ton load, like a quarter of his health, which is really surprising, even though that's ineffective. Now I'm going to go for CC, and that should knock it out, as I'm in Guts, and yeah, should knock out the champ easily. He goes into his Princess, goes for one layer of spikes, not too bothered, just Stone Edge, and that's gonna leave it on his sash, as all Frozlers is carried out. It's very annoying, and I'm going to predicting to go for a Destiny Bond, so I'm gonna go into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I'm gonna toxic it, as I know he may go for Destiny Bond again, but that's not the case. He switches out into his Fuzzy Wuzzy known as Shaman. I go for the toxic, and yeah, it's poisoned. And now I know that his Frozas will die after rocks, so that's Frozas taken care of. And he goes for the Seed Flare as I switch into Rigid Steel. Not too bothered about that, as I know I can set up my rocks now. If he doesn't have the Earth power, that is. And he goes for another Seed Flare, which won't do much. And I go for a Stealth Rock. And the toxic damage is racking up on him, and the burn is racking up on me, and hopefully I'm just going to leave this as death fodder so the crew can come in and do some real damage, really, because I want that thing to come in safely with no damage. Don't want to over predict too early in the match. And yeah, that's gonna be about it. I'm gonna let Rigid Steel die just so I can bring in something safely as my Chandelure and not Hunch Growth. And I'm predicting the Umbreon to come in, so I'm just gonna go for the trick. And yeah, that's gonna be good for me, bad for him, as now his moves are now limited. And now I'm going to TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, and he's gonna go for the foul play, which won't do anything to me. And now I think I'm gonna go for a Toxic or Scold. Not too sure which one. Oh, I go for the Rapid Spin, as he has a layer of spikes, I think, on my side of the field. And I don't want Chandelure to be taking super effective damage to that. He goes for the Leech Seed, and I think I go for the Roar or something. Yeah, I go for the Roar, predicting a sub, but he doesn't do it. Velocity takes rocks damage. And he's getting Leech Seeds health now, which is good for him and bad for me. I switch out, as I know there's no point of keeping that thing in. And he may Rapid Spin, but he switches out here, surprisingly, back into Umbreon, which I found very strange at the time, but it did make sense as he probably saw that coming. And now I send in Hunch Crow, as I know I can send it in safely. And here I should have went for the sub. I just decided to go for the Brave Bird. I didn't want that Blastoise to be on a high amount of HP, so that my recoil damage is increased. I wanted to keep it as low as possible so that my Crow can do some damage. He goes out into his 4, he's Raikou, I'm not afraid. I was afraid if it did have sub, but I just went for the Sucker Punch, and thank God he went for an attack. And that will knock it out, as I'm on +1 with the rifle. And now I'm on +2, and this is looking like a sweep. But how wrong am I? I'm predicting to have the Hidden Power Ice, but he goes for a Leech Seed, which is unfortunate. If I knew, we went for Brave Bird, but that wasn't the case. And now I know he does carry the sub, so now I have to work my way around the Shaman. Otherwise things are not going to be looking very good on my side, which would be highly unfortunate if that's the case. And my health is just getting leeched off by the Shaman. And I'm just going to go for the Roost and recover all that health. And judging by this shaming set, it's going to be a nuisance to take down. So I need to find a way around it quickly. So I'm going back into Chandelure now. Goes for the seed flare. And that will do quite a lot of damage on me. Thank God I don't get the defense drop, otherwise that would be very bad and it would do more than half damage. And he goes for the psychic here, which I found very weird. I was thinking S would be more appropriate than that move, but that's his choice of moves, not mine. And it could actually change the game if my team varied, so don't blame him for that. And he makes a switch out into Umbreon, and I go for the Shadow Ball again, not predicting, just playing safe, playing by the book, playing by the rules for the first time in my life. And he switches out, I switch out, into TMNT. He goes for the Wish, and knowing that I have Raw, he keeps his Umbreon in, which is a very, very shameful thing. And I was hoping Fuzzlaz would come in, but the Hedgehog comes in, and I'm just like, oh, this thing on high health again. You have to be, can't be serious. How am I gonna take this thing out? He goes for sub, but I predict that and go for the roll. And Fuzzlaz comes in, and that's not gonna be a problem, as Rocks will KO that bitch. He goes back into Fuzzy Wuzzy, goes for the seed flare, and I am going to take it like a boss. On 11 HP, I'm going to go for the Toxic just to make sure it gets damaged while it's in there. And Toxic damage should be racking up. He switches out to remove the Toxic, obviously. And I'm just going to go for a Scold. And it does a fair amount, even though it's not special attacker. I switch out again, predicting him to go for the Wish, but he goes for the foul play, and I'm just like, oh, no. And Heracross doesn't take that well, as it's in Guts as well. I just go for the safe CC, just not to make sure that I'm accurate, and I don't miss a Mega Horn as always. So Heracross dies, and I send in the boss, and he sends in his Fuzzy Wuzzy, and he goes for the Leech Seed, and now I go for the Brave Bird, and that will be the game to me. That was a good game, Lukeskywalker. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and that will be Revengeboyz signing out.